It's a common belief that nighttime leg cramps are simply a toll taken by the years. But the truth is far more nuanced. Age itself is not the true architect of this pain. Rather, it's the mosaic of tiny choices we make every day. The way we drink, sit, eat, or even arrange our bodies in sleep. These seemingly minor habits can quietly siphon strength from our legs, setting the stage for those agonizing spasms that strike in the dead of night. The most surprising part? The remedy often isn't found in a medicine bottle, but in simple awareness. I once knew a patient, Mr. Allen, a man of 70, who had resigned himself to the belief that his cramping calves were an unavoidable part of getting older. But when we looked closer at his evening routine, skipping water, sitting for long periods after dinner, and crossing his legs in bed, the real story emerged. With just a few small adjustments, the pain that had haunted him for years all but vanished. His story is one I've seen play out countless times. Does that sharp, sudden grip of a cramp, pulling you from sleep, sound familiar? Or the feeling of unusual weakness in your legs as you rise? Let us know in the comments with a simple 1 for yes or 0 for no. I promise we read and reply to every single one. In this video, we will uncover 7 everyday habits that may be silently weakening your legs and triggering those nocturnal cramps. Some may surprise you with their seeming innocence. Stay with me, and if you desire stronger legs and more tranquil nights, be sure to subscribe to Health 365. The small shifts you learn today could change the way you sleep forever. When your body is deprived of water, the sensation of thirst is merely the most obvious signal. Deeper within, your muscles are parched as well. Dehydration quietly depletes essential electrolytes like sodium, potassium, and magnesium. These minerals are the very spark plugs that allow your muscles to contract and relax with fluid grace. Without them, muscle fibers become overexcited, meaning that even as you lie perfectly still, a sudden spasm can twist your calf into a painful, unyielding knot. Research in the Journal of Clinical Sleep Medicine confirms that dehydration significantly increases the frequency of these cramps, especially in older adults, whose natural thirst signals are already muted by age. By the time you feel thirsty, you are often already behind. Consider the story of Mrs. Linda, a 68-year-old from Arizona. She loved her afternoons in the garden, but rarely brought water with her, assuming she could catch up at dinner. Night after night, she'd be jolted awake around 2 in the morning. Her calf locked so tightly she had to pace the hallway until the muscle released its grip. Once we simply increased her daily fluid intake, just 1 extra glass in the morning and another in the mid-afternoon, her cramps went from a nightly torment to a rare occurrence. The solution wasn't medication. It was hydration. So, what can you do? Aim for steady hydration throughout the day, rather than a large gulp before bed. For most older adults, 6 to 8 cups of water, spaced evenly, is an excellent baseline, though this varies with activity and health. Herbal teas, clear soups, and water-rich fruits like melon or oranges contribute as well. The key is consistency. Think of water as the lubricating oil for the gears of your muscles. And here's a surprise. Many people attribute these cramps solely to circulation. But as you're about to see, Staying still for too long can be just as damaging. While hydration is crucial, there's a silent accomplice to nighttime cramps that is often overlooked: stillness. When you remain seated for hours, in a recliner, at the dinner table, or watching television in bed, the blood flow to your legs slows to a crawl. Your muscles depend on a steady current of oxygen and nutrients to stay supple and relaxed. Without that vital flow, the fibers stiffen, making them far more prone to spasm once you finally stretch out for the night. Here is the shocking part. Studies from the American Journal of Medicine reveal that sitting for more than 6 hours a day can elevate your risk of circulation-related leg cramps to nearly the same level as smoking a pack of cigarettes daily. Yes, you heard that correctly. Long hours of sitting can be as perilous for your circulation as lighting up. For older adults, who often spend extended periods in a seated or reclining position, this becomes a hidden but powerful trigger. Let me tell you about Mr. George, a 71-year-old retired accountant from Michigan. He cherished his afternoons reading novels in his armchair, sometimes for 3 or 4 hours without standing up. At night, his calves would seize so violently that he described it as being stabbed from within. When we introduced just 2 short walking breaks into his afternoons and encouraged him to gently stretch his ankles before bed, the frequency of his cramps dropped almost overnight. George was astonished that something as simple as moving more could bring such profound relief. So, what can you do if a sedentary lifestyle is part of your day? Punctuate long periods of inactivity with small bursts of movement. Every 30 to 40 minutes, stand up, march in place for a minute, or take a brief stroll around the room. Before you fall asleep, flex and extend your ankles while lying in bed to encourage one last surge of blood flow. These simple actions keep your circulation moving and your muscles nourished. Now, you might be thinking that food has little to do with this. But as we'll explore next, what you place on your dinner plate can silently prime your muscles for trouble. The choices you make at the dinner table cast a long shadow, shaping how your muscles will behave in the quiet hours of the night. A heavy, salty dinner coaxes your body into retaining excess fluid. This fluid doesn't just sit in your stomach. It raises blood pressure and places a strain on the delicate blood vessels in your legs. The muscles, constricted by this pressure, become more susceptible to sudden cramping. Alcohol, on the other hand, wages a different kind of war. It leaches your body of vital B vitamins, particularly thiamine and folate, which are essential for healthy nerve function and muscle strength. Over time, excessive alcohol can damage the very nerve fibers that control muscle relaxation, leaving your legs weaker and more vulnerable. Consider Mr. Thomas, a 70-year-old from Louisiana. He savored his evenings with a plate of salty gumbo and a couple of beers, viewing it as a harmless tradition. For months, however, he battled nightly calf cramps so intense that he sometimes paced the floor until dawn. He initially blamed his age. But after he reduced the salt in his meals and swapped his evening beers for sparkling water with a squeeze of lemon, he noticed something remarkable. The cramps that had been nightly visitors nearly disappeared. His daytime energy even returned, as his body was no longer fighting a hidden battle against nutrient depletion. If you find yourself reaching for salty snacks or alcohol in the evening, try a gentle shift. Opt for lighter meals rich in vegetables, lean proteins, and whole grains. Flavor your food with herbs like garlic, rosemary, or basil instead of salt. And if you enjoy a drink, consider reserving it for special occasions rather than making it a daily habit. Even 1 or 2 weeks of these changes can reveal a clear difference in how your legs feel overnight. But food and drink aren't the only daily choices that affect your muscles. Next, we'll see how something even simpler, the lack of movement in your day, can quietly diminish muscle strength and invite more pain. Think of your muscles as living engines designed for motion. To remain powerful, they must be engaged. When a day passes with little movement, the muscle fibers gradually weaken. It's like a fine car left dormant in a garage. The battery drains, the oil settles, and the parts lose their responsiveness. In the human body, inactivity causes muscles to atrophy slightly, reducing their capacity to handle even simple tasks. By the time night arrives, these underworked muscles are more likely to tighten abruptly, creating painful spasms that jolt you from your sleep. Science confirms this. A study in the Journal of Aging and Physical Activity found that older adults who engaged in less than 30 minutes of daily activity were nearly twice as likely to suffer from nocturnal leg cramps as those who remained moderately active. Movement is what pumps blood, carries oxygen, and helps flush away the metabolic byproducts that can irritate nerves and muscles. Without it, your legs become stiff, heavy, and far more vulnerable when you lie down to rest. The good news is that you don't need a gym or a complex routine to make a difference. Short walks around the block, gentle chair stretches, or light household chores like folding laundry can awaken those dormant muscle fibers. Over time, these small bursts of movement act like daily tune-ups, keeping your muscles flexible and resilient. What matters is not perfection, but consistency. The daily rhythm of moving your body in small but meaningful ways. If you've ever noticed your cramps are worse on days you've barely moved, type a 1 in the comments if that's true for you, or a 0 if not. I read them all, and your experiences help guide our community. And if these insights are valuable, be sure to subscribe to Health 365 so you never miss practical ways to protect your body. Now, here's a hint. While movement protects you during the day, what you drink in the afternoon might quietly steal those benefits away. That warm, late afternoon cup of coffee or tea can feel like a comforting ritual. Yet beneath that comfort, caffeine conceals a subtle threat. It acts as a diuretic, prompting your body to expel not only water, but also key minerals like potassium and magnesium. These minerals are crucial for maintaining muscular equilibrium. When their levels fall, the fibers can misfire, leading to twitching and painful cramps during the night. Research in the American Journal of Clinical Nutrition has shown that high caffeine intake, especially later in the day, disrupts both hydration and mineral balance. This combination can increase the risk of nocturnal leg cramps in adults over 60 by nearly 40%. Add to this caffeine's stimulant effect, which keeps the nervous system in a subtle state of tension, and you have a perfect recipe for a restless night. Take the example of Mrs. Caroline, a 73-year-old from Oregon. She enjoyed 3 cups of strong black tea every day, often sipping her last one around 5 in the afternoon. By bedtime, she felt restless, and around 2 in the morning her calves would seize like iron bands. She believed her habit was harmless, even healthy. But once she switched her evening cup to chamomile tea and made a point to drink an extra glass of water, her cramps decreased dramatically. "I never realized my tea habit was stealing my sleep," she told me with relief. The lesson here is not to abandon your favorite drinks, but to be mindful of timing and balance. Enjoy your coffee or strong tea in the morning, and replace your later cups with herbal alternatives or even warm water with lemon. It's a simple shift that can transform your nights from restless to calm. And while what you drink plays a major role, something as innocent as how you position your legs in bed can secretly choke off circulation and pave the way for pain. That's what we'll uncover next. Even as you drift into sleep, the very position of your body can be quietly setting the stage for pain. When you curl up tightly or cross one leg over the other, you place sustained pressure on your blood vessels, restricting circulation. Your muscles depend on that steady flow of blood to receive oxygen and flush out waste. Without it, they grow tense and are far more likely to spasm. This is why a cramp often strikes just as you roll over or stretch after hours of compromised blood flow. Medical research in the Journal of Vascular Medicine highlights how poor circulation is one of the strongest predictors of nocturnal leg cramps. The problem is mechanical. If blood cannot reach the calf muscles freely, the fibers become starved of energy and are prone to firing off sudden, sharp contractions, the very pain that pulls you from sleep. The good news is that small adjustments can offer powerful protection. Try sleeping on your back with a pillow under your knees to ease pressure, or on your side with a pillow between your legs to maintain alignment. Avoid curling into a tight ball or letting one leg rest heavily across the other for long periods. These simple changes help maintain open channels for circulation, reducing the risk of a painful awakening. Another helpful tip is to perform gentle stretches before bed. Flex your ankles, point your toes, or slowly circle your feet for a few minutes. These small motions encourage blood flow, release tension, and prepare your muscles for a night of rest. Do you notice more cramps when you sleep curled up? Let us know with a 1 for yes or a 0 for no. We read each comment, and your stories help others see their own patterns. And if these tips are useful, don't forget to subscribe to Health 365. Up next, we'll uncover the final hidden trigger: nutrient deficiencies that silently weaken your muscles. Beyond water and blood flow, your muscles are governed by an intricate network of nutrients, the very wiring that ensures every signal is transmitted smoothly and correctly. Potassium and magnesium regulate the delicate dance of muscle contraction and relaxation. Calcium helps those contractions fire with precision, while vitamin D ensures calcium is absorbed and put to use. Without these essential building blocks, the entire system can misfire, leaving muscles weak, twitchy, and prone to sudden cramps. Research in the SUMNI. New England Journal of Medicine has linked low magnesium levels to a significant rise in muscle cramps, especially among older adults. Another study confirmed that vitamin D deficiency not only weakens bones, but also increases the likelihood of muscle pain and nighttime spasms. These nutrients work in concert, like a finely tuned orchestra. When one instrument is missing, the entire symphony falters. Take the story of Mr. Daniel, 74, from North Carolina. His diet was low in fruits and dairy, and he often chose quick snacks over balanced meals. Over time, his legs felt heavier, and the night cramps grew more frequent. Blood tests revealed he was low in both vitamin D and magnesium. After he began adding fortified milk, leafy greens, and a daily walk in the morning sun to his routine, the difference was striking. Within weeks, the cramps that had once plagued him nightly became a rarity, and his legs felt steadier on the stairs. So what can you do? Start with small, consistent improvements. Add bananas, oranges, or spinach to your meals for potassium and magnesium. Enjoy a serving of yogurt or milk for calcium. And try to spend 15 minutes outdoors each day to support your body's natural vitamin D production. While supplements can help, always discuss them with your doctor first to ensure they are right for you. As we've discovered tonight, the strength of your legs and the quality of your sleep are not dictated by the passing of years, but are sculpted by the quiet rhythm of your daily habits. It isn't aging itself that steals our comfort, but the cumulative effect of small choices: too little water, too much sitting, salty meals, late-night caffeine, poor posture, or missing nutrients. The hopeful truth is this: none of these corrections require expensive treatments. By moving more, hydrating steadily, choosing gentler meals, and giving your body the minerals it craves, you can feel lighter on your feet and rest more peacefully. Even one small change can bring surprising relief. I encourage you not to see these cramps as something you must simply endure. Instead, view them as gentle reminders from your body, urging you to care for it in new ways. You deserve nights free from pain and mornings filled with energy. So tell me, have you ever noticed your cramps improve after changing just one habit? Share your story below, because it may be the very inspiration someone else needs to see. And if you want more practical guidance for stronger, healthier years ahead, subscribe to Health 365 so we can continue this journey together.